We begin with a fish tale. In early June 1790, President George Washington invited Secretary of State Thomas Jefferson to go fishing with him. Washington was recovering from a bout of pneumonia that had threatened his life. A few weeks earlier, Senator William Maclay of Pennsylvania had visited the president and noted, "Every eye full of tears, his life despaired of." By the end of the month, the crisis had passed, and the president was recovering. He had always enjoyed outdoor activities, especially hunting, fishing, and riding, and a fishing trip would allow him to get out of New York, then the nation's capital, for a few days. He invited Jefferson, only recently arrived in the city as a member of Washington's cabinet, to join him. Jefferson had been beset by his own health problems at the time, suffering from a prolonged migraine headache. On June 6th, he wrote to his daughter, Patsy, "I am going tomorrow on a sailing party of 3 or 4 days with the president. Should we meet sea enough to make me sick, I shall hope it will carry off my headache." Jefferson seemed to be trying to make the best of the situation. That he hoped that seasickness might cure him is testimony to how debilitating he found his headache. Some historians and biographers have made much of the outing. According to Ron Chernow, biographer of both Washington and Alexander Hamilton, Hamilton joined the President and Secretary of State on the trip. Dumas Malone, one of Jefferson's most sympathetic biographers, claims it was a turning point for Jefferson. Malone wrote, "Jefferson went as a harmonious coadjutor and in some hope of beneficial physical effects." But by the time he returned from the outing, Jefferson had learned what Washington expected of one of his executive heads, and what his own public business really was. To sum it up, he was to be an assistant to the president, presumably the most intimate one, and it was the president, not Congress, that he had to please. According to this reading, the fishing trip was a crucial moment in the relationship between Washington and Jefferson that had profound political implications. The problem with this analysis is that the fishing trip likely did not happen. We know that Washington went fishing between June 7th and 9th. The Gazette of the United States reported on June 12th that the president had returned from Sandy Hook and the fishing banks, where he has been for the benefit of the sea air, and to amuse himself in the delightful recreation of fishing. The paper observed that the president caught great numbers.